A strong mind isn't something you're born with. It's something you build, and it can change your entire life. Have you ever wondered why some people seem unshaken by life's toughest challenges, while others crumble under pressure? The truth is, mental strength is like a hidden superpower, helping you push forward when life gets hard, keeping you steady when everything feels chaotic, and giving you the determination to face obstacles head-on. But here's the catch: talent and skills alone aren't always enough. Without mental toughness, even the most gifted individuals can falter. That's why this video is so important. It's not just about surviving life's struggles, it's about thriving. We're diving into the timeless wisdom of Buddhism to uncover 6 surprising habits that might be quietly weakening your mind. More importantly, we'll explore how Buddhist teachings can help you break free from these patterns and build a mind that's unshakable, focused, and capable of bouncing back from anything. And trust me, the final lesson, it's the most powerful of all. It might just be the key to a life you never thought possible. If you've ever felt weighed down by negativity, self-doubt, or the past, this journey is for you. Together, we'll learn how to unlock your mental strength like never before. Ready to transform your mind? Let's get started. Habit number 1, let go of a negative mindset. Imagine walking through life wearing glasses that tint everything in shades of grey. The vibrant reds of a blooming rose or the golden glow of a sunrise are muted, barely visible. This is what carrying a negative mindset feels like. It distorts your perception, turning moments of joy into shadows of doubt. The first secret to becoming mentally strong, inspired by Buddhist philosophy, is to let go of this mindset. Buddhism teaches us that the mind is like a mirror. It reflects whatever we allow it to hold. A negative thought, if left unchecked, can ripple through our consciousness like a stone cast into still water. But here lies the truth. A thought is not permanent. Just as clouds drift across the sky without altering its essence, our minds can let go of negativity without losing their inherent clarity. One powerful tool to achieve this is loving kindness meditation, or metta. Imagine closing your eyes and silently repeating, "May I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be free from suffering." Start with yourself, then extend these wishes to a friend, a stranger, and even someone who challenges you. Slowly, you begin to soften the grip of resentment and self-criticism. You realize that no one, not even your harshest critic, deserves to live under the weight of negativity. The modern world often feels like a storm of bad news, criticism, and personal setbacks. It's easy to fall into a cycle of pessimism when surrounded by these influences. But consider this. Does focusing on negativity ever truly solve the problem? Or does it simply anchor you to the past, keeping you from moving forward? The Buddhist principle of impermanence reminds us that challenges, no matter how overwhelming, are as fleeting as a passing cloud. To put this into action, begin observing your thoughts without judgment. When negativity arises, don't fight it. Acknowledge it and gently redirect your focus. Ask yourself, what is one small thing I can feel grateful for in this moment? It could be as simple as the warmth of the sun on your face or the sound of laughter in the distance. Letting go of negativity isn't about denying reality or pretending everything is perfect. It's about clearing the lens through which you see the world. A clean mirror reflects light. A calm mind reflects resilience. By letting go of a negative mindset, you reclaim the ability to see life as it is. Full of challenges, yes, but also brimming with opportunities for growth. When you release the burden of negativity, you free yourself to embrace strength, clarity, and compassion. Remember, even the darkest clouds can't hold back the sun forever. Stop complaining about things beyond control. Imagine holding a burning coal, thinking it will hurt someone else. The tighter you grip it, the more it burns your hand. Complaining about things beyond your control is like holding that coal. It traps you in a cycle of pain, wasting energy on what cannot be changed. The second secret to becoming mentally strong is to stop complaining and start accepting. In Buddhist philosophy, acceptance is not about resignation. It's about understanding life's natural flow. The Buddha likened resistance to being hit by two arrows. The first arrow is the situation itself, and the second is the suffering caused by your reaction. While you can't always control the first arrow, the second one is entirely in your hands. Complaining is like firing that second arrow at yourself repeatedly. It doesn't change the situation, but it deepens your frustration. Acceptance, however, is the art of dancing in the rain rather than cursing the storm. Picture this. You're stuck in traffic, late for an important meeting. You can honk, grumble, and fume. Or you can take a deep breath, recognize that the traffic is out of your control, and use the moment to reflect or listen to something uplifting. The situation hasn't changed, but your mindset has, and that changes everything. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to blame external factors for our struggles, our boss, the economy, the weather. But this habit of pointing fingers only leads to frustration. Instead, Buddhist teachings guide us to focus on what we can influence. This is where visualization can help. Imagine your problem as a tangled knot. Complaining tightens the knot, while focusing on solutions gradually untangles it. Close your eyes and picture yourself loosening one strand at a time, calmly and patiently. Practical wisdom lies in asking yourself, what can I do right now? If the answer is nothing, then practice letting go. You might try a simple mindfulness exercise. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and repeat to yourself, I release what I cannot change. This creates a mental space where peace can grow, even amidst chaos. Modern life often feels like a whirlwind of situations beyond our control. Delayed flights, cancelled plans, unexpected setbacks. Complaining about these moments doesn't bring them to resolution. It only drains your energy. By shifting your focus to acceptance and actionable steps, you reclaim your power. Remember, mental strength isn't about controlling everything around you. It's about mastering how you respond. Complaining keeps you stuck. Acceptance sets you free. When you stop gripping the burning coal, you don't just end the pain. You make space to heal and grow. Release the need to resist what is beyond your reach. Let go of the second arrow, and you'll find that even life's storms can carry hidden beauty. 3. Express yourself authentically. Picture a treasure chest filled with priceless jewels, hidden in a dark corner, never opened. This is what happens when you suppress your true thoughts and emotions. The third secret to becoming mentally strong is to express yourself authentically. Holding back your feelings and ideas creates inner conflict, like a volcano building pressure, until one day it erupts. Buddhism offers a profound antidote to this through the practice of right speech, a guiding principle that encourages expressing oneself with honesty, kindness, and mindfulness. Suppressing emotions might feel like a way to avoid conflict or fit in, but in reality, it isolates you and clouds your mental clarity. Imagine carrying the weight of unspoken feelings day after day. It's exhausting. Buddhism teaches us that our thoughts and words are powerful tools. When used wisely, they can create bridges of connection and peace, not barriers of misunderstanding. To practice authentic expression, start by understanding your emotions. Journaling is a simple yet transformative tool. Each morning or evening, take a few minutes to write down your thoughts without judgment. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Why? This act of naming your emotions not only lightens the burden, but also brings clarity to your mind. Next, focus on how you communicate with others. Before speaking, Pause and reflect. Are my words true? Are they kind? Are they necessary? This mindfulness transforms conversations, fostering understanding rather than conflict. Imagine sharing an idea or emotion and watching as it resonates with someone else, creating a bond of trust. That is the power of authentic expression. In today's world, digital communication often lacks depth and authenticity. We post curated versions of our lives, hiding our vulnerabilities and true selves. This can leave us feeling disconnected, even in a world more connected than ever. But expressing yourself authentically, whether in person or online, can break this cycle. It's as simple as sending a heartfelt message to a friend or speaking openly about your struggles and joys. When you start expressing yourself authentically, you may fear judgment or rejection. But remember, hiding your true self is the ultimate rejection of your own identity. By speaking your truth with kindness, you honor your own worth and inspire others to do the same. Buddhism reminds us that words are like seeds. Plant them carefully and they can grow into trees of understanding and compassion. Expressing yourself authentically isn't about saying whatever comes to mind. It's about aligning your words with your values and intentions. When you open the treasure chest of your inner thoughts and emotions, you discover the priceless jewels within: clarity, connection, and strength. Speak your truth, and you'll find that authenticity not only frees your mind, but also strengthens your soul. 4. Take responsibility. Don't blame others. Imagine running a race with a backpack full of rocks. Every step feels heavier, slower, as you struggle against the weight. Blaming others for your struggles is like carrying that backpack. It drains your energy and keeps you from reaching your potential. The fourth secret to becoming mentally strong is to take responsibility and stop blaming others. In Buddhist philosophy, the concept of karma teaches that our actions shape our reality. It's a profound reminder that we are not powerless victims of life circumstances, but active participants in shaping them. When you blame others for your difficulties, you hand over control of your life. It's as if you're saying, "I can't change this because someone else caused it." But when you take responsibility, you reclaim the power to steer your own ship, no matter how rough the waters. Blame may feel satisfying in the moment. It gives you someone to direct your frustration towards, but it's a temporary escape with long-term consequences. Resentment builds and progress stalls. Taking responsibility, however, is liberating. It's not about assigning fault to yourself for everything. It's about recognizing what's within your control and acting on it. One practical way to embrace this is through forgiveness. Imagine the person you blame as a rock in that heavy backpack. Holding on to anger and blame only adds to your burden. Forgiving them doesn't mean condoning their actions. It means choosing to free yourself from their grip. Close your eyes and picture yourself removing that rock one at a time until the backpack feels lighter. Next, shift your focus from blame to action. When faced with a challenge, ask yourself, what is one step I can take to improve this situation? Even a small action like clarifying expectations at work or expressing your feelings in a relationship shifts the focus from what others did wrong to what you can do right. In today's culture, it's easy to look for external validation or scapegoats. Social media amplifies this tendency, making it tempting to seek comfort in echo chambers or blame societal issues for personal struggles. But personal accountability is a cornerstone of mental strength. By taking ownership of your choices, you build resilience that no external validation can provide. Remember, life's storms will come, and they may not always be your fault, but how you navigate them is entirely up to you. Blame keeps you adrift. Responsibility gives you the wheel. When you stop blaming others and start taking responsibility, you realize that your life is yours to shape. The weight of that backpack begins to lift, and you find the freedom to move forward with clarity and strength. Every storm you face becomes an opportunity to grow, and every choice you make strengthens your resolve. 5. Replace fantasizing with visualization. Imagine building a castle in the air, elaborate, beautiful and grand, but when you try to step inside, it vanishes into thin air. Fantasizing is like constructing that castle. It gives the illusion of progress, but leaves you disconnected from reality. The fifth secret to becoming mentally strong is replacing fantasizing with visualization. Buddhism teaches the principle of right intention, a call to align our goals with purposeful action. Fantasizing often lacks this alignment. It's indulgent, fleeting, and detached from the present moment. While daydreaming might offer temporary escape, it can trap you in an endless cycle of what if instead of what now. Visualization, on the other hand, is a bridge between aspirations and action. It allows you to envision a future rooted in clarity and intention, guiding you toward meaningful progress. Picture this. You dream of running a marathon, but spend more time imagining the finish line than training for it. Fantasizing can feel satisfying, but it doesn't prepare you for the challenges ahead. Visualization, however, changes the narrative. Close your eyes and picture yourself lacing up your running shoes, feeling the pavement under your feet and hearing the sound of your steady breath. Imagine the satisfaction of completing each training session. This mental rehearsal prepares your mind for the journey, not just the destination. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Social media paints an unrealistic picture of instant success, leading many to fantasize about results without effort. But as Buddhist teachings remind us, the journey matters as much as the outcome. Visualization helps you embrace this truth. It grounds your dreams in actionable steps and creates a mental roadmap. Start by breaking down your goal into smaller, achievable milestones. Instead of saying, "I want to be successful," ask yourself, what does success look like for me, and what steps can I take today to move closer to it? Write these steps down and visualize yourself completing them with focus and determination. This process doesn't just build mental strength, it also cultivates resilience. Buddhism also emphasizes the impermanence of all things. Visualization helps you adapt to this reality by encouraging flexibility. Imagine your path as a river rather than a straight line. When obstacles arise, visualization allows you to flow around them, maintaining momentum without being derailed by setbacks. Fantasizing keeps you in a passive state, but visualization ignites action. It transforms wishful thinking into deliberate effort and replaces frustration with empowerment. By grounding your aspirations in the present and visualizing your steps forward, you create a solid foundation for growth. Let go of the castles in the air. Build your dreams with intention and purpose, one brick at a time. In doing so, you don't just imagine a brighter future, you make it a reality. 6. Prioritize personal relationships. Imagine a beautiful garden filled with vibrant flowers and lush greenery, but as time passes, it's neglected, no watering, no care, no attention. Slowly the colors fade, the leaves wither, and the garden becomes a shadow of its former self. Relationships are like that garden. Neglect them, and they wither. Nurture them, and they blossom into sources of strength and joy. The sixth secret to becoming mentally strong is to prioritize personal relationships. In Buddhism, the value of presence is a cornerstone of living a meaningful life. Presence means showing up not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. In a world where attention is fragmented and conversations are interrupted by notifications, being truly present for someone has become a rare gift. When you dedicate time and attention to your relationships, you cultivate a sense of connection that anchors you during life's storms. Think of a time when a meaningful conversation with a friend or loved one left you feeling lighter, understood, or more grounded. That moment wasn't about fixing problems or offering grand solutions. It was about shared presence. Buddhism teaches us that relationships are an opportunity to practice compassion, patience, and mindfulness, qualities that strengthen not just our bonds with others, but also our inner resilience. One practical way to nurture relationships is to dedicate moments of undistracted attention to those who matter most. Set aside your phone, clear your mind of distractions, and fully engage in the interaction. Ask open-ended questions, listen without interrupting, and notice the little details like the emotions behind their words or the tone of their voice. These small acts of mindfulness can transform ordinary interactions into moments of deep connection. In today's digital world, we often mistake quantity for quality. We often count likes, followers, and messages, believing they reflect our social health. Yet studies show that loneliness is rising even in a hyper-connected world. The real antidote is prioritizing personal relationships. Instead of chasing shallow connections, invest in the ones that truly matter. They are the roots that keep you steady when life feels uncertain. Buddhist wisdom reminds us of the impermanence of life. To cherish relationships is to recognize that our time with loved ones is limited. This awareness should not bring fear, but gratitude. It inspires us to make the most of each moment, to speak kindly, and to express love openly. When you give importance to relationships, you build a support system that strengthens you in hard times. Your loved ones become mirrors that reflect your strengths, remind you of your purpose, and encourage you when doubt arises. Just like a garden, relationships flourish when cared for. Nurture them with attention, presence, and intention, and they will grow into one of the greatest sources of mental strength. In the end, it's the bonds we create and treasure that give life its deepest meaning. Imagine a sculptor standing before a rough block of marble. With every strike of the chisel, pieces fall away. At first, the process may look destructive, but each fragment removed reveals the masterpiece hidden within. Failure works like that chisel, removing the unnecessary and shaping you into something greater. The bonus habit for becoming mentally strong is to learn from failures, not fear them. Buddhism sees life as a continuous process where every experience, whether called success or failure, supports growth. The principle of impermanence reminds us that nothing, neither joy nor sorrow, lasts forever. This truth shows failure as a temporary visitor, not a permanent resident. Rather than avoiding it, Buddhism teaches us to meet failure with curiosity, treating it as a teacher carrying valuable lessons. Fall 7 times, rise 8. This Zen saying reminds us that resilience is not about escaping failure, but about refusing to let it define us. Think back to a time when you faced a major setback, maybe a lost opportunity, a broken relationship, or a mistake that felt too heavy to move past. In that moment, failure might have seemed like a wall you couldn't cross. But looking back, can you see how it shaped you? Maybe it taught patience, humility, or the strength of perseverance. In today's world, failure is often viewed as shameful, something to hide from others. Social media shows us the highlight reels of success, leaving out the messy, unfiltered reality of trial and error. But failure is not the opposite of success. It's a stepping stone toward it. Just as a sculptor cannot reveal a masterpiece without chiseling away pieces of marble, we cannot grow without releasing old habits, beliefs, or methods. To embrace this mindset, see every failure as a chance to reflect. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" Ask, what can I learn from this? Write down the lessons, even the small ones. Did it remind you to plan more carefully, to communicate more clearly, or to develop greater patience? These lessons are like the chisel strokes of the sculptor, shaping you little by little. Buddhism also teaches the value of self-compassion. When we fail, it's easy to turn on ourselves with harsh criticism, but that only deepens the wound. Instead, choose kindness. Imagine how you would comfort a close friend who stumbled. Offer yourself that same care. Failure does not mean you're broken. It means you're trying, learning, and evolving. Remember, every great success is built on a series of failures. Each mistake brings you closer to your path, strengthens your determination, and sharpens your focus. Just as the sculptor sees beauty hidden within a block of marble, learn to see your failures as part of the process, revealing your true strength. Failure is not your enemy, it is your teacher. Take its lessons, rise above it, and keep chiseling until your masterpiece begins to appear. This is the true essence of mental strength and the foundation of personal growth. Mental strength doesn't mean never being shaken. It's about learning how to bend without breaking, like bamboo swaying in the wind. By practicing mindfulness, embracing impermanence, and letting go of what weighs us down, we build a resilience that cannot be easily broken. The journey to mental strength begins within, through small, deliberate steps to shift our habits and perspectives. Buddhist philosophy reminds us that real strength doesn't come from controlling the world around you, but from mastering the world within. As the Zen saying goes, you cannot stop the waves, but you can learn to surf. Life will always bring challenges and shifting emotions, but your ability to meet them with mindfulness and grace defines your inner power. The habits we've explored, letting go of negativity, taking responsibility, expressing authenticity, and nurturing meaningful relationships, each carry an important lesson. Together, they create a path for overcoming inner struggles, finding clarity, and living with purpose. By practicing these teachings in your daily life, you give yourself the power to rise above mental challenges and become the steady, calm center in the midst of life's storms. And always remember, your journey is uniquely yours. Growth is not about reaching perfection. It's about moving forward with persistence and patience. As you walk this path, hold on to this thought. When you let go of who you think you are, you create space for who you are meant to become. Carry these teachings with you and embrace the process of building mental strength, not only for your own peace of mind, but also as an inspiration to those who look up to you. If these insights have touched you, consider liking and sharing this video so others too can discover their inner resilience. And we'd love to hear your reflections. Share your thoughts in the comments below.